Alright guys, the lowly potato. I'm going to do some mashed potatoes today. Midnight Range TM, thanks for visiting the channel. Today we're going to be doing mashed for Thanksgiving. Really simple, but very often screwed up. This is a Yukon gold potato. Nothing too fancy. You just see it as a yellow potato, Yukon gold potato, Yukon potato, whatever. Before, after. Okay, just got to peel it, chunk it up. Okay, and you can see it's pretty big. I mean, the bigger you cut them, the better they're going to be. A lot of people think they cut them a little bit small, they'll cook fast, they'll turn out better, and it's pretty much the opposite of what the heck you want to do. Some of the best potatoes, and when they're nice and dry and fluffy, that you can add lots of butter and cream to, are going to be cut really big. Even bigger than these if you want, but that's about the size I like to do. So what we're going to talk about today is what I'm going to do is give you some of the things to watch out for, basically. Basically, we want to always start a mashed potato in cold water. Always, always, always cold water. Salty like the sea, I like to say. So it tastes like about the amount of salt that would be maybe in the ocean water. And you want enough water to cover plus some, maybe plus 25% to cover. Okay, so we're going to cut them nice and big. We're going to cover them in cold water, and what that does is it gives the potato the ability to cook from the outside and the inside at the same rate. People will start off in boiling water thinking that they're doing themselves a favor and they're going to get them done quicker, and basically what that does is the outside cooks like crazy and the inside's not done. The outside turns to mush and it becomes a sponge, and it just sucks up all the water, and your mashed potatoes turn out watery and bland and shitty. So we're going to basically start them in cold salted water, crank them up, bring them to a boil, let them boil, and check them every couple of minutes. Give them 15 minutes or so, and then start checking them. And you're just going to poke them with a fork, and that's where the term fork tender comes from. You want the fork to go in easily, and the potato will actually kind of like break in half and almost crumble, but it will still look dry. We're going to drain them in a colander. Make sure not to let them sit in the water, because they will again absorb like a sponge. And and then we're going to use you could use a ricer. We actually love to use a ricer at the restaurant, but you can do them by hand. You can do them in a mixer with a paddle or a whisk, and they turn out great either way. But I think we'll do them in the mixer here with a whip. We're just going to do butter and cream, really, really simple. And then from there on, you guys can take whatever you want and make them your own. Okay, so Midnight Range TM. Let's see what happens. So, okay guys, here's one of the things that I want to talk about. It's pretty important too. Is this is 2 cups of cream and butter, okay? But it started out as 2.5 cups of cream and 6 ounces of whole butter. And it was reduced down, nice and slow. You can see how nice and it's real thick and rich. That's what we're going to use to flavor the mashed. We're going to do a really simple mash with just butter, cream, salt, pepper, and potato today. And that way, it's pretty much a blank canvas for whatever you want to do. You can take this and do just about anything you want. Okay, and you know, it could be anything from sour cream and chive, where you take the mashed potatoes, you do a dollop of sour cream and some chopped chive, bacon, caramelized onion, roasted garlic, crumbled blue cheese works really good. Just fresh herbs, just simple fresh herbs, chopped parsley, you know, just to give it like a nice fresh color. Wasabi, we do wasabi at the restaurant. We take wasabi powder and water and mix it in. There's a million different things you can do, and this is a good video for a basic recipe that you can make your own. So you know, it's a good one for the comment section. Hit me up and ask me some questions. Okay, be right back. Okay, guys. So potatoes are done. We're gonna drain them out. You want to let these guys. You want to let the potatoes boil hard until they're done. Full boil. Okay. And then immediately drain them out. Okay. And one thing about this colander, it's nice, is there's an air gap underneath, so they're not going to sit in their own water, in the cooking liquid, I should say. And done this, you see, kind of just poke a fork in there, and it'll just kind of break. I don't know how much you can see it, but it almost looks a little bit dry. Okay. There you go. Actually, that looks pretty good there. You can see how kind of dry it is. That's exactly what you want. Okay? So, we're going to let these sit for maybe 30 seconds to a minute. That's it. We're going to get them in the mixer, and we're going to get them mixed up while they're hot. It's really important that you do all this while it's hot. The cooler it is, the more prone the potato is going to be to being like pasty or starchy or gummy. So you want to work quick and then decide what you're going to do with them. If you're going to serve them right away, or if you're going to package them, which is a neat little trick that I've learned in the industry, is to wrap them individually in plastic wrap. It's pretty cool. And then you know, for functions and caterings and stuff, then you can just warm them up in like a hot water bath, or even microwave them, and go right on the plate with them, and they hold up really, really well. Certain flavors wouldn't. So again, if you have any questions, comment section is at your disposal. Okay guys, so got our mash in there. I just pulsed it real quick just to get it started. And what we're going to do is we're going to add our cream. Now again, this was about real close to 7 pounds of potatoes before it was peeled. And then the cream was brought down to 2 cups. So it was 2.5 cups of cream and 6 ounces of butter, brought down to 2 cups. We might not need it all. And that's cooking. It's not always exact. I'm not here to necessarily give you an exact recipe, but maybe teach you how to do some really great techniques so that you can figure it out on your own and make them perfect. So we'll lower the boom here. Okay. Give it a pulse, and then go in with the cream and butter. Yeah, I think we'll need it all. And that's totally cool. Okay. And that is looking pretty good. Oh man, that looks good, right? So it's already going to be slightly seasoned from the salt in the water and the butter, but it needs a little bit more. So just a little salt and pepper. And we're going to do it to taste. Everyone's going to be different. So taste as you go. Give it a little bit. And now that it's mashed already, or whipped, you don't want to over whip it. Over whipping, it's bad news. You're going to make it starchy and pasty again. So from here on out, since it's mashed, we're going to fold in anything that we do. That's killer, man. And that's why it's called Killer Foods. So, if you take a look at it, it looks nice and dry. It's dense, it's rich, it's real buttery. It's not pasty though. It's not wet. So if you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys.